are
Hi,
you?
Trevor. I'm good. I'm well. Yeah.
Good. Excellent. Nice
Yeah,
to see you again.
Yeah. It's been a while.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
good to see you today.
I had to send a special is it convoy to get her here,
To get Rose in. Good. Yeah.
Listen, I've had to put my cooker timer on a timer so that I won't stay late because I've got to be away for 3 o'clock.
All right, okay. No
Well,
worries.
you
Yeah, for
got half
sure.
an hour.
Uh,
Yeah.
so we're gonna make a start. I think Gladys will be joining us, I think, because she rang me earlier on.
Yeah.
She
Is
said,
that Dr.
yeah,
Dr.
that's
Gladys?
Dr. Gladys. Yeah. She rang me earlier on to say that she was running late, but she will be joining. So hopefully, let's make a start anyway. Welcome
Okay.
to the Alien Spaceship with myself, Emmy Hikins, and he calls me bruv,
And me, Trevor Gear, and he calls me Cuz.
and our lovely guest, Rose.
Rose.
Yeah.
And I call myself anything. I'm a woman with 5 names. 5 names. Rose, Maz, Marion.
Yeah. Rosemary and
Wow.
Fame. Yeah.
Rose Marion. I get called Maz.
All right, Rose Mars. Oh, okay.
Rose is my artist name because, as you do, you have to have an artist name. And I just used my unused first name.
Oh, see, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We had a discussion about this on the show. I think it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, bruv. Was
We
it?
Yeah,
did. We did.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you're gonna like this one because
I am. I've just seen. You sent me the link there, and I just seen it, and I'm gonna really like it.
yeah, Trevor actually has an artist name. Go on, bruv. Tell us the
Yes,
Oh,
artist.
right, go on.
yeah, I thought Emmy liked this actually, and it's my sort of stage name a little while back. It's Quentin de Buttock.
Oh,
It's a good expression on your face, Rose. But it works.
listen,
It works
I,
sometimes. It
well,
gets the
I've
audience
just
into a good frame of mind, you see, because they're laughing.
I've just been checked by my anaesthetist, and he's going to be called. He's called Quentin. Quentin. I've forgotten his surname. It's something like Quentin Hardacre or something like that. It was a really interesting name.
Well, I'm
And his
Quentin de
brother, his
Buttock,
brother's
so there
called
we are.
Stephen or something. His brother's called Stephen or something like that.
All
I said
right.
Quentin, yeah, and that's
Right.
his real name.
Yeah, so I believe Trevor's got something that he wants to start the show off with.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were
Yes,
referring to.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is, I suppose, an unusual subject for us to debate, but it's one I think could be quite interesting, and it's the subject is open marriage. Now, I'll be interested in due course to know what your initial reaction is to that subject. If you feel you know what it is, what it really means, whether it's ethical or anything else. So let me just sort of set some groundwork and then we can talk about our reactions. Now, open marriage, the technical name is polyamory, which means many lovers, basically in Latin and in original English. So multiple lovers. It's a lifestyle which a couple married or actually not married, but let's stick with it being marriage, choose for themselves, whereby they agree they can have multiple partners, both romantic and typically sexual partners, um, but with various conditions attached. Now, the crucial condition really is that it's consented, that there's consent on the part of all people involved in, say, a group of multiple relationships. Perhaps first off, it might seem a bit strange to us, a bit against our instincts, but polyamory, if a couple are polyamorous, that means they have agreed to go into this sort of way of life, this style of relationship. Now, they agree amongst themselves, a particular couple, what conditions they might apply. And generally, they would say, well, nothing must be secret. I want to know the type of person you're going with. they agree amongst themselves, a particular couple, what conditions they might apply. And generally they would say, well, nothing must be secret. I want to know the type of person you're going with. And in many cases, you might meet them beforehand, but everybody must agree so that there's no lying or cheating or dishonesty, which immediately perhaps flags up that it has perhaps an advantage, because we know that in marriage there can be a lot of dishonesty. People sometimes cheat, which may or may not lead to divorce. Now, statistically, in the UK, there's quite a stable figure of divorces amongst married people, and that figure is 42%, which is quite high. Just over 4 in 10 marriages will eventually end in divorce if that figure is maintained. And typically it's between the 4th and 8th year of a marriage, which I suppose takes in the 7-year itch, so-called, doesn't it? So quite a lot of divorces happen, but of course that would include any open marriages as well, because I don't think anybody will claim that an open marriage is any more insulated from the possibilities of a divorce. So that's it. There's polyamory. It's a lifestyle. Now in America, in the USA, their last research year was 2022, and they reckon that 95% of married couples are monogamous. It's quite a hard word to say, that, monogamous. So that 4 or 5% of couples will be non-monogamous. You try saying that 5 times quickly and I'll raise my hat to you. Non-monogamous, which means they have a polyamorous lifestyle. As I say, sometimes people in that lifestyle encounter a stigma from others. They're looked down upon. It's disgusting. It's unethical. But as I say, the truth is that consent is the crucial thing. Nobody is being dishonest. They're saying what they would like, that perhaps one person, and I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, both of you, one person cannot provide all of the needs of another person. We all have different emotional needs, physical needs, psychological needs, supportive needs. Everybody does. So that in a monogamous relationship, we all have flaws. We're not perfect. So we're not going to constantly be satisfying our partner or they us. So that, again, there is a case, you might argue, that in polyamory, a polyamorous relationship, if you're seeing 3 or 4 different people for various degrees of involvement, then you've got more chance of having your various needs looked after. So that's a good case, in a sense, if there is a good case for polyamory. So let me ask you at this point, because I can give, in a minute, I'll give you a background to why we might think it is unethical, perhaps in terms of religion, Christianity, or whatever. But if I ask you first, Rose, what is your first impression, your first thought when this subject might come up? If a relative or friend of yours said, look, Rose, I need to get this off my chest. You're a good friend of mine. I just need to say I'm very happy with my partner, with my husband, but actually we've decided to have a polyamorous relationship. What would your reaction to that be?
I would say that generally people are lured into it. So one might want to pacify the partner by agreeing to do that, because, as the partner's getting a bit bored and, see somebody and they think that they're quite nice and would like to go in that direction. And I just think that, you get married and you've taken those vows, and that marriage is for 2 people. It's not for 10 people. It's for 2 people. And the fact of the matter is, right, 42% of marriages end in divorce. But I do believe that they've gone into that for good reasons. And also the reason for the divorce might not be that they